The color page is where you will be color grading and correcting your footage. So until now we have imported the media, we have edited the footage, we have done some VFX, and we are moving to color page. So it is not necessary that we follow this. We can color grade in between. The thing about Resolve is wherever you move the cursor, it will be reflected in the different pages. The cursor will be, or the playhead will be the same position everywhere. So this is the interface of the color page. This is where you can view the clips. There is a gallery where you can save the color grade. There's a media pool to import the footage. Here we view the clips in the image format. There is also a timeline option to view the different clips as a mini timeline. These are the color tools. The first one is the color wheels. It consists of lift, gamma, gain, and offset. Lift is the darker parts of the image. Gamma is the mid-tones of the image. Gain is the highlights or the brighter parts of the image. So if you need to do a correction, you can click here and then drag it. You can see the color of the video changing. You need to reset, you can double click on this and will reset. To change the intensity of the image, you can turn the wheels here. This will increase the brightness of the image. If you need to pull down the shadows or the darker regions, you can move it to the left side, so it will become darker. There is also options to change the saturation of the image here. You can reset by double clicking. The next one is the curves tool. This also works the same way. Before that, let's look at the scopes. So the scopes are essential in doing color correction or grading. So this is the representation of this image. It is from the left to the right. So if you move this, you can see that when the fish is moving, the image is changing here. The waveform is changing in the waveform. So we read it from left to the right. So left to the right. And this is the highlights. This is the dark regions for the shadows. There are also the parade. This shows the red, green and blue channels which makes up the image. The intensity of the different. You can see that blue is greater in this image. There's the vectorscope. So this is like, it shows the skin tone. Here we don't have a subject or a human. Let's take a look at the curves. This is the highlights. If you pull it to the right, the image becomes brighter. You pull the highlights down, become darker. You can see the waveform changing here as you alter the highlights. If you change the shadows, you can see that the shadows become darker. It is pulled down. If you need to make the shadows brighter, you have to pull it up. So you need to change the midtones, you can click and make a point here and alter the midtones. The next thing here is the qualifier. The qualifier is used to select a particular color and change the value. Let's reset everything. So let's pick a color. Let's pick this color. So that color has been selected. Now if you change something, only that color will be changed. So you can see the yellow color appearing in the selected portions. The next is a window. So there are different types of window. There is a square window. What happens is when you move this window, only inside this window, whatever color correction you apply, it will be applied on inside this window. If I change some color inside, let me change the color inside to something drastic. You can see that it is solely applied inside the image. So the most important thing is this node structure. So these are like in the Fusion page, what happened in the Fusion page. You can consider it like that. To add a node, let's do some color correction. Let's color correct this image. So if I change the brightness of the image, you can see that a node is added and it has reflected. This is the first step. I have changed the brightness of this image. To add another node, you can hit Alt S and a second node is added. So in this node, let me add a window to select a particular point. So let me select the point head of this and let me try to change the color of that head part only. So you can see that the head part only. So this is like a flowchart itself. So you can know what all you have applied. So in the first one you have increased the brightness, the second one you have added a window. So it is like step-by-step process. You can also do tracking in this, which we did in the Fusion page.